Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford was an American industrialist, business magnate, founder of the Ford Motor Company, and chief developer of the assembly line technique of mass production. Herny Henry Ford quotes on success. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. Failure is only the opportunity more intelligently to begin again. You can't build a reputation on what you are going to do. If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. My best friend is the one who brings out the best in me. Don't find fault, find a remedy. Anybody can complain. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goals. When everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. Thinking is the hardest work there is, which is probably the reason so few engage in it. Any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants so long as it is black. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Quality means doing it right when no one is looking. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. If money is your hope for independence, you will never have it. The only real security that a man can have in this world is a reserve of knowledge, experience and ability. One of the greatest discoveries a person makes, one of their great surprises, is to find they can do what they were afraid they couldn't do. The whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do, and then do it. Most people spend more time and energy going around problems than in trying to solve them. You say I started out with practically nothing, but that isn't correct. We all start with all there is, it's how we use it that makes things possible. There is no man living who isn't capable of doing more than he thinks he can do. You can't learn in school what the world is going to do next year. If there is any one secret of success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from that person's angle as well as from your own. I see no advantage in these new clocks. They run no faster than the ones made 100 years ago. There are three things that grow more precious with age: old wood to burn, old books to read, and old friends to enjoy. Life is a series of experiences, each of which makes us bigger, even though it is hard to realize this. For the world was built to develop character, and we must learn that the setbacks and griefs which we endure help us in our marching onward. A business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. To do more for the world than the world does for you, that is success. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. A business absolutely devoted to service will have only one worry about profits. They will be embarrassingly large. Even a mistake may turn out to be the one thing necessary to a worthwhile achievement. There is joy in work. There is no happiness except in the realization that we have accomplished something. The way to learn to do things is to do things. The way to learn a trade is to work at it. Success teaches how to succeed. Begin with the determination to succeed, and the work is half done already. Genius is seldom recognized for what it is, a great capacity for hard work. It is not the employer who pays the wages. Employers only handle the money. It is the customer who pays the wages. Money doesn't change men, it merely unmasks them. If a man is naturally selfish or arrogant or greedy, the money brings that out, that's all. That the devil finds work for idle hands to do is probably true. But there is a profound difference between leisure and idleness. Do you want to know the cause of war? It is capitalism, greed, the dirty hunger for dollars. Take away the capitalist, and you will sweep war from the earth. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Being greedy for money is the surest way not to get it, but when one serves for the sake of service, for the satisfaction of doing that which one believes to be right, then money abundantly takes care of itself. To teach that a comparatively few men are responsible for the greatest forward steps of mankind is the worst sort of nonsense. The one aim of these financiers is world control by the creation of inextinguishable debt. The natural thing to do is to work, to recognize that prosperity and happiness can be obtained only through honest effort. It is probably true that the commonest real cause of anti-Semitism is the action of the international Jew, who is often unknown and always secure, but innocent victim of it is the poor Jew. It ought to be the employer's ambition as leader to pay than any similar line of business, and it ought to be the workman's ambition to make it possible. Failure is the opportunity to begin again, only more intelligently. History is more or less bunk. It's tradition. We don't want tradition. We want to live in the present, and the only history that is worth a tinker's damn is the history we made today. Power and machinery, money and goods, are useful only as they set us free to live. Life, as I see it, is not a location, but a journey. Even the man who most feels himself settled is not settled, he is probably sagging back. Everything is in flux, and was meant to be. Life flows. We may live at the same number of the street, but it is never the same man who lives there. The ability to know how to get the information is more important than using the mind as a garage of facts. The competitor to be feared is one who never bothers about you at all, but goes on making his own business better all the time. Don't cheapen the product, don't cheapen the wage, don't overcharge the public. Put brains into the method, and more brains, and still more brains, do things better than ever before, and by this means all parties to business are served and benefited.